Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
And this is the Dad vs. Dad podcast. Podcast where we bring in our petty issues and you let us know if we're just making mountains out of molehills.
And this week we are doing remote sesh. You can see that Jeremy's got a purple background.
Yes.
Not ideal.
I'm in
It's not the
my
fancy
very own
green.
studio with my very own fancy mic. I
Yeah,
might sound
so-
more or less clear or the same clear because it's all road gear.
Well, yeah. Well, it's probably the same.
My chair's
And,
comfy.
oh yeah, these aren't great chairs, hey. I mean,
No.
thanks, patrons. You bought us some shitty chairs.
Yeah, but actually, thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. You got us chairs.
So the reason
I'm
we're
actually
here,
using...
Kevin has been a sick boy.
Oh, you didn't even say that.
What?
You didn't... No, well, I mean, we weren't going to... No, that's not the reason. I was a sick boy. But that's
You
not
were
the
a sick
reason we're
boy.
doing it. It's
And
because
I've
you
got a
have
Christmas party
Christmas
and our
things.
normal recording
Yeah.
thing.
You're sitting there going, oh, this is Kevin's fault. It's not. It's really not. It's yours.
It's a, it's each other's fault. Anyway, I was just looking at our scores for last week. So Kevin has been sick. That's not why this is recorded weird. That's why last week's episode was a backup episode.
Exactly. Okay,
Yes.
so,
And today, yeah. Okay, we're ready.
well,
We
give me
good?
the stats. What are we doing?
What are you doing? Okay, so we actually, currently there are 3 mountains tied for first.
What have we got?
But, okay, so clickbaity recall headlines,
Fair.
house inspections, and
Oof.
Fortnite are both,
Yeah,
all 3 of them
boy.
tied on both our Patreon and Reddit. So we'll say you won because you had 2.
Yeah, I've
Two
got
in
2. I won both mountains.
You had 2
get
in the
that.
top, yeah.
What was your other shitty one?
Old people in entry-level jobs.
Yeah, that's so offensive.
Yeah, and all our listeners are old people, so...
They're all going, how dare you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy is correct. This week I was sick, and this is actually my mountain. So I didn't get the big C. We'll call it the big... I think it's the little C, because the big C is cancer.
Yes.
So I didn't get... I didn't get the little C.
Yeah.
I didn't get a flu or a cold. It's not hay fever. Instead, I risked it all on gastro.
Oh, that means you
Gastro-
got poo in your mouth.
Well, yeah. No.
Yes, that's how you get it.
No, the worst thing about gastro, so this week on Wednesday night, Rusty came out and he went to hug Ellie, my partner, and goes, Mum, I don't feel well, and threw up on her.
Oh.
And then freaks out because he threw up on her to go and find something to clean it up, but realized, oh crap, I still got to throw up, so he threw up elsewhere. So he threw up on Mum, then in one lounge room, and then came over to another one trying to work out what was going up and threw up there as well.
Yep.
And we're going, oh my God, what is going on? Gastro. It was a shock. So we spent that night cleaning him up, getting him ready, dealing with that. And then the next day I was home with him, addressing that. Then 2 days later, he's better, bouncing off the walls, cruising about. And TJ goes, oh, Dad, we might need to take a bag on our trip to Cooter to see Nanny Jane because I feel really sick, and just starts throwing up. So the kid was throwing up at school, didn't let us know at that point. Then Opie, then Ellie, and then all of a sudden, it's that thing about the anticipation, watching everyone else around you fall, and you go, oh no, it's coming.
Next.
I'm next. And Sunday night, I slept an hour, threw up. Slept an hour, threw up. And it was points where I would wake up on the floor
Yeah.
because I was so exhausted and just torn, and like you freak out that you're going to shit yourself. You don't know if you're going to crap your dax or spew. Sometimes you do both. So it's the worst. So gastro is my biggest. I don't know what you can do about it.
You can
When you
stop
get
putting
it.
poo in your mouth.
Well, I don't poo in my mouth.
Yeah, but you get it from, like, that's how you get it. It's getting poo in your mouth. And you might get that from...
No, it's not.
It is. It's from poo in your mouth.
No, how is gastro poo in your mouth? I'm researching this
get it.
right now. No,
Okay.
it is not. How do you get gastro?
Because when you, like, when someone wipes or something, and there's a lot more particles when you have gastro, then you're throwing up poo as well.
Oh, no. But, it spreads when a person comes in contact with vomit or feces, poo, of an infected person.
Yeah.
So you have to be infected to... So person-to-person contact, for example, shaking hands with someone who has been sick with the virus on their hands, contaminated objects, or contaminated food.
Yeah.
So vom or poo. So you're right. Someone shat in my mouth. That is disgusting. In fact, even worse...
Your family shat in each other's mouths.
It was basically the human centipede in our house.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Family edition.
Family edition. That's horrendous. That's shocking. So, yeah, that was my week.
Yeah, man.
What?
Pretty good week. Pretty good mountain.
Pretty good. All right. What's your number 2, speaking of shit things?
Okay.
No, it's your number 1. Damn.
Yeah, this is my number 1. Picture this.
Okay.
Bright sunny day. You are mounted to a wall. You're a fish. There's a button underneath you. Someone presses that button. You sing, "Don't worry, be happy." You are the opposite of my mountain because you are not a warrior. My mountain is warriors.
What?
As in people who worry.
What is the fish button thing?
Do you know the fish that's mounted on the wall and it sings "Don't worry, be happy"?
Doesn't it sing, "I hear a bad moon rising"?
Nah, you must have had a weird one. But they normally sing "Don't worry, be happy."
Do they?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the singing bass?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's a terrible song anyway. He died of cancer. Didn't he?
Yeah.
How did
Because he started worrying. Anyway. Yeah. Warriors are the worst. They should.
Okay.
They should not worry and be happy. Because
Okay.
anytime you're worrying, it's the least beneficial thing you can do in any situation is to worry.
Yes.
You're not helping anything by worrying.
Yep.
You're just.
So I think
you're kind of adding an extra problem to any situation by worrying about it.
So do you think this is to do with like, I mean, you could almost say the same about assumers. People who assume things are creating a future problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
right?
It's a different
It's a warrior. But if you're worrying about something that's already happened, I mean, but worrying is an anticipation of a problem.
See, yeah, not necessarily. Like, if there's something you can do about a problem, there's no point worrying. You just do it. If there's nothing you can do about a problem, worrying is just adding to the problem. Just stop worrying about stuff. Zero worries.
Do you have a flick brain? Like, can you just go, nah, not going to worry? Because I've never met
I've got a
anyone...
problem-solving brain.
I've never met anyone...
And if I can't solve the problem, like, well, that's someone else's problem.
I've never met anyone as resilient as you, right? It's not like, because it's not it's not like oh, you're a weirdo. It's like, it's a resilience thing, because you go, is that a problem I can deal with? Yes. No. No. Don't touch it. Yes. Where can I fix it? No. Can't fix it. Move on.
And like,
it's incredible.
If it's not something I can solve, I'll outsource it.
Well,
Do you know how to fix
Look.
this problem, matey?
I'm thoroughly impressed with your capacity not to worry.
Everyone should
But as
not
a
worry.
warrior, no, but
You are a warrior, and I think
I am such a warrior.
you could be not
It is a
one.
problem.
Yeah.
It is a mountain, but
I think
that's
if
because
you
I
think
assume
more-
a lot.
If you think more like from a less first person perspective, it might help. If you look outside on your problem, think if this was
How do you-
happening to someone else. Is it that big of a deal?
You know what I would say if I was thinking if it was someone else? I'd go, boy, I'm glad that's not me. And, and I'd sit there and then I go, wait, it is me. And then I'd worry.
Yeah, okay.
This is a mountain. It's a mountain in a sense because it's just like something. I am very unresilient. I don't know if there's a word.
It's got to be really difficult to be.
What, a warrior?
Yeah. It can't be good for you. Like it
No, it's definitely not good
stress
for you.
levels. The stress is really bad for you.
Stress is horrible. So I did a bunch of research. So I've been listening to Johan Hari, who's like a psychologist dude, really interesting guy.
Yeah.
And he did this. He was talking about what stress is. Oh no, it might have been a different thing. It might have been a TED Talk thing. But basically, stress releases cortisone, which is basically through your brain and your kidneys, and it causes, it can actually shrink your brain. It can over amounts of cortisone can shrink your brain and stop the connections between neurons and whatnot. Like, it's really damaging. Yeah. And that's why when you talk to someone who's dealing with a whole heap of stress, when they're having like that mental breakdown, it's not because they're like having a mental breakdown. It seems more of like a cognitive issue. Like, oh my God, all of a sudden you're now an ADHD kid or you're like a bit on the spectrum. It's not at all. They're just really stressed.
You're just going through a stress.
Yeah. So stress is incredible. There's so much to do with it. And I actually I've been trying so hard to get through this book about Total Money Makeover that I'm like, forget it. I'm going to research trauma. So I started reading a book about by Oprah and a Dr. Perry, David Perry, I think his name is. Pretty good so far. Pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I am doing all that I can to educate myself about worry.
All you have to do is not.
Well, don't.
If you don't, there's no worries, no stress. Everything's cool and easy. Just enjoy life.
Because every little thing is going to be all right.
It is.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Well, look, I agree. It will. It'll end up fine. See, I teach that to the kids when we're playing games. Like when they're stressing, like, "Ugh, this is the worst." And I go, hey, it's not the last game you'll play. You'll be fine. Get on another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in real life situations, no, this is the last test you'll take. The end. You failed.
Yeah, sometimes, but worrying isn't going to help with that.
No.
Test.
It's
like it's an inhibitor of achieving that test, that life test that's coming at you. It can only make it harder.
So you're saying the biggest way to not stress or not worry is to just not worry.
Yeah.
Is there any tips, Mr. Resilient? Jeremy the Resilient.
That thing I said. I can't remember who said it. Some quote person. If there's nothing you can do about it, what's the use of worrying? If there's something you can do about it, why are you worrying? You just think of those two questions. Can I do something about it? No. No good worrying. Yeah. I should find someone who can do something about it. Or,
You know what's really funny, though?
What?
When you as an individual see someone worrying, you get frustrated at them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
You're like, why are you worrying? Which in itself is a worry, which is so
it
weird.
kind of is, yeah. Because
So
Vera
ironic.
is a warrior. Vera worries so hard, and it's just so stressful. It's just like, no, shut up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. There are
So
not
funny.
spiders in your room. I just checked. Well, like,
Okay.
she's hurt herself a bit lately. She fell off a swing, scrubbed up her face, and just yesterday tripped in a car park and really like a super graze on her hand, like a real bad one. But she was freaking out before about having a bath, a shower. Like, no, it's gonna sting, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt. I'm like, it's really not. Like, it's we've cleaned it out a lot. No, it doesn't.
Oh, if you've already
And
cleaned it, if you've already dealt with that, then it won't hurt as much. But
it doesn't hurt. No, wait, like, yeah, and it didn't hurt when we finally got her in there, but it was such a huge worry. Like, no,
see,
and it's hard.
ages ago.
Shut up, test me, just trust me. I'm not going to hurt you intentionally. Get in there.
We're trying this thing with Rusty at the moment because he used to be fantastic with bed, right?
Mm.
But then all of a sudden, monsters existed. Then all of a sudden, he knows about spiders. Then he knows about, I just don't like being alone. I don't like the dark. There's this, there's that. Like, all of these things. So I'm like, look, we wouldn't put you in a situation where it's not safe, bud.
Yeah.
We love you. We care about you. You're safe. And we're just down the hallway. It doesn't help. Like, it's becoming a real problem, though. We don't know what to do. I don't know.
We kind of went through, like, she's still not great, but, like, pretty good the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But
we got to work it out.
Some compromises and stuff. Like, for a while, I was able to leave her in her room to go to sleep as I'd gone, whatever. But now she kind of needs me in the room again. So that's come back. But it's...
When Rusty was really little, he would need us to hold him to fall asleep. Eventually, I'd put my hand on him, lift my hand, and he'd start going, hey, where are you? And I'd go, nope, I'm right here. And then I'd take my hand away again.
Yeah.
And I'd just let him know, like, I'm here. And, like, give him that distance at a time. So maybe that, like, because it got to the point where I would sit in the room with him, and then eventually I'd say, I'm just going to take 5 minutes, and I'd walk out, and I'd come back in.
Yeah.
And eventually just be asleep. So I think we actually, like, maybe we just need to go back to bare basics. Like, this is how we're going to get you to bed.
That's the thing. Sometimes you just got to go back to what has worked in the past.
Yeah, okay.
Because, what we do, because we usually got music playing or whatever, I'll say, okay, after one more song, then I'll... okay, we'll listen to 2 songs, and then I'm leaving. You can be in here on your own with the music, whatever.
Hey, can I ask?
Yeah.
Did you check out the new Metallica song?
No, not yet.
Oi, it's a banger. It is like, it's Kill 'Em All style Metallica, like super thrashy, but with like Fuel production on the vocals. So it's like really clean, crisp vocals, but just like really thrashy, shreddy solo.
Yeah,
awesome.
Cool. Because Death Magnetic was kind of heading in that direction. The one before that. Yeah, that was pretty cool album.
I didn't give it a go. I think I gave it a little bit, but I don't know. Metallica's one of those ones where I'm like, I think you're dead to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never recovered after Sananga.
Death Magnetic had some pretty good songs on it from memory.
Yeah, okay. I might give that a go over the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, we've gone into dad facts again and then dad music.
Well, you just... Look,
it's like the old pod.
I didn't have my meds because I don't want to stay up all night.
Yeah, good call. All right, well.
All right. Mountain 2.
Warriors. Your turn.
Okay, thank you. My mountain now. Now my mountain 2. After having such a gastro as my 1, I need a number 2. And a clean 2. God damn it. Social media.
Yeah.
Social media is my mountain. I'm not even going to give you an intro because it's just a mountain. It just is. So there's so much fun on social media, right? I'm going to tell you everything that's great about it first, because when you're on there, you're having a great time generally. You know, there's videos to watch. There's all the people that you know.
Yeah.
And you just cruise through. Oh, hey, haven't seen that guy since high school. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this band's posting music. Oh, cool. And then you post something and maybe you get a few friends like it. And, you know, you get a little bit of like, oh, cool. I should post more. That felt good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you find yourself just sitting there daily. You wake up. You're like, oh, check Facebook. Oh, who's written what? Do I have messages? Do I have this? You have this absolute mindless control of non-stop like feeding into you. I deleted Facebook and Instagram and TikTok a week ago, right?
Reddit?
And no. And I'm finding every day I open my phone to look for those apps and I go, oh, they're not there.
Yeah.
I've still got them on my PC, but I don't use my PC for that. I use it for recording or podcasts and whatever. So it is so uncomfortable how dependent we are on these apps, and even looking at them or even like deleting it, and how often I go to look at it is such a like, whoa, what's wrong with me? Why do I do that?
Yeah.
Like, do you find yourself mindlessly scrolling Facebook a lot, or?
Oh, yeah. Oh, way too much. It's ridiculous. That's why a couple of years ago I bought a button phone, which had like really awful internet. You could barely do anything on it.
Yep.
And I was using that just to try and cut my Facebook and social media and other internet usage down, and it worked all right for a while, but then I found I had to keep going back to the smartphone to put Netflix on. So
yeah, and it's like
smartphone.
There's a convenience there. I mean, so the first step I did with my old phone was I moved Facebook and Instagram and all of that off my main screen.
Yeah, I always do that at least.
Yeah. But I found myself like it just becomes habitual where you move it and then you go in. Like it's just rather than select directly, you just swipe up and go. Yeah, one step more. And it's not going to stop that. But I found like since removing it, it's a really weird, like, I don't like this feeling. I don't like what control this has over me.
Yeah, because it makes you more aware of what you're actually doing when you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Because you realise how much time you were sinking on there or whatever.
Yep.
Like sometimes
and I mean, even
close Facebook to open it again. Oh, let's see how it is refreshed.
Yeah, absolutely. And
what am I even doing here?
I mean, as you know, obviously we're doing this sort of stuff. We need social media because that's the main thing to show our product.
Get us out there, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But even then, if you're not paying those social media headwigs, your thing isn't going to get noticed. So you actually go to pay for a reach now.
Did you call them headwigs?
Maybe. I think I was meant to go fat cats, but
yeah, because headwigs are now.
I like them.
Harry Potter's owl, specifically.
Harry Potter's. Yeah, no. So one thing that came up that I found really interesting. So again, I was listening to this Johann Hari guy. He's a psychologist. He wrote a book about like concentration on things.
Yeah.
And how we're so obsessed with our phones, and how we basically have the highest rate of ADHD than we've ever had because no one can pay attention. No one, like, everyone's just addicted to this stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't concentrate on the focus. So anyway, one thing he said was he took his nephew to Graceland. For some reason, his nephew, as a young kid, was obsessed with Elvis. right? So already I'm pissed off. And he goes, so anyway, he goes, look, I'll take you to Graceland, because his nephew was like watching Snapchat for days on days, and just like he was really digging in a hole.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go to Graceland, and the tour for Graceland is run through these tablets. So even though you're there, you have to hold this tablet and look at everything through the screen. And he was saying that this couple that were across from him was saying, hey, look, if you push this button, it turns to the right. And if you push this button, it'll turn to the left. It's like, you can do that in real life. This is like old fashioned now.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're making tours of an actual place virtual while you are in that place is
that's
just
dumb.
horrendous.
I get it. Like those virtual tours and stuff, like they're pretty cool for like VR and stuff. You can't get to Graceland because you live in Australia, but you still love Elvis.
That would make sense.
They are cool, but to actually be there and have a device showing things, that is weird.
I mean, if you have a button that you push play and it tells you the facts, cool, go for it. But I mean, it's what happened to the old machine with a play button that you push and everyone can hear it at the same time,
Yeah, or a freaking plaque you can read.
Yeah.
Just
God. It's the fact that we are relying so much on technology and social media and the way that we connect with our screens is just disgusting. It's such an eye-opener.
That was very much the little tour thing. That wasn't really a social media thing. That was just a little app.
No.
Had nothing
Just
to do
a
with
side
social media,
fact.
really.
But it was. But I think
social media.
I think it's that connection to a screen and the fact that even escaping a screen will give you a screen, and it's social media is a different issue. Sorry, I went on a tangent. No pills.
Yeah, it can be good for staying in contact with relatives you probably normally wouldn't at all interact with. Like if there wasn't social media, there's probably quite a few relatives we would just never talk to again. Not by choice or anything. Like we just wouldn't. We're just lazy or whatever. Or maybe we'd be less lazy and we just would. Who knows?
To be honest, sometimes
those are personal issues with social media.
I would. So, I mean, I will connect through Messenger. Messenger's a good app because you can share photos, do whatever you need to. But you're not watching someone else's life through a scroll.
It's weird, because I talk to a lot of people through Messenger.
Yep. Yeah, all the time. More
text. Like, text is the same.
So it's weird.
Pictures over text. But no one texts.
I will text Dad.
Yeah.
But I'll Messenger Mum.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. It's just that weird adjustment. But so recently, I put up a post on Facebook. Look at me go posting on Facebook. Get them dopamine hits. So I put up a post to say I was really sick of seeing my friends' bands' art and seeing like one like on it or whatever. And even the bands that are like doing quite well, they're still only getting these minimal supports. And it's why? These people they're great. They're putting their whole heart and soul into this art form that they really want to put out. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to share every time I see something of a friend that I think that they're putting in the effort. I'm going to share that. I'm going to put it in. And I put that post up to say if anyone wants to reach out or follow suit, please do. I didn't see a single person follow. I didn't see anyone do that. And I just thought, no, I can't tell people what to do, but I just thought this is a way to support
each other. Yeah.
Yeah. And no one's doing it. No one is.
It's like a cool thing social media could be doing and it isn't. It could be that original post and the other posts you've been doing haven't been getting the traction they should for people to see them and follow suit. And also, a lot of people these days, because there's a lot of people congregate in groups and that kind of thing on Facebook, and they don't like even reacting things outside of their groups. They'll never post outside of their groups. They only use it
Yeah.
in the groups now where they're private, away from where their grandmas kind of thing, because their families on Facebook now. So they don't want to see
It's like
them.
little cliques within the big social context. Yeah.
They don't want their family to see what they're into. They don't want them seeing that they like this band or whatever, because it's public, and they don't want people to know their stuff anymore.
You know what's
all very
amazing though?
weird.
I joined this Alexis on Fire group because I'm a big fan of Alexis on Fire, and it's really funny because it's a bunch of like late 20 to mid 30-year-olds who love this band, who have all got kids, who are all aging, all have back problems, and they're like, hey, what are we going to do if Alexis fans start following in and, you know, we get like this big, like, what are we going to do about our niche little group? I'm like, don't worry. Alexis fans are all in their 30s. We're fine. No one's joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people stick to their niches and stuff. But also, like, these are mostly, personal issues with Facebook and social media. They're the problems to the individual and what they do to an individual with the addictions and that kind of thing.
Do you know anyone?
Supportive. Huh?
Do you know anyone who isn't constantly scrolling Facebook or have like Instagram open? Do you know anyone who just have it and don't do that?
Yeah, I know it's everyone. That's what I'm saying. We've already discussed that. Everyone has that addiction.
Everyone,
but
it's not.
There's far more
individual.
problems
It's everyone.
with social media than just how it affects individuals. Now, how it can affect global situations or how it can damage people's lives from people sharing things. Like, a few years ago, there was this story of this guy. He was taking a selfie in front of some movie poster.
Yep.
So he had his phone up, he's taking a selfie. It's like a new Star Wars thing. He went to go and see it. And some lady who was sitting way across thought that this guy was taking pictures of her kids. So she took pictures of this guy with him holding his phone out, looking like he's taking pictures of someone. Really, he was just taking pictures of himself. He had the proofs and everything.
Yeah.
She blew him up all over social media, all over the town. And so many people saw that and immediately thought, this guy is a pedophile. He's taking pictures of people's kids. He's a creep and all this. He did end up proving his innocence to her.
But by that point, it's too late.
She believed him. She already destroyed his reputation.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had to leave his job. And everyone in town, still most of them thought like, oh, there's that creeper guy. Like, that's the thing that sticks with them. Like, oh, and that kind of thing. That's one of the awful things about social media is how any kind of news that anyone wants can spread so quickly.
And not the stuff that's beneficial. Like I said, those bands and stuff that work their ass off.
Well,
no one's sharing that.
Because this is outrage stuff. People don't get excited about someone else's band. They get excited about things that are an outrage. They want to change the world. They're not going to change the world by doing positive things. They're going to change the world by destroying evil people.
And I've watched a documentary on that, like that cancel culture stuff as well. And there was a guy who was like, he had his hand out the window like that. He was like, when he does nervous things, he does that. Anyway, someone took his photo at that point, right?
Yep.
He's doing this. And that got sent to his job.
Yeah.
He got fired. He got posted on social media everywhere. And he's like, this is a nervous thing. Like everyone, I do that. I do that.
Yeah, playing with your fingers and twiddling.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It just destroyed this man because of because of that.
Yeah.
Just sick.
And
I hate it. I hate social media.
Yeah. No, social media is the absolute worst for those kind of things. And also can have effects on people, how people view the world. It can change their opinions of things because they could see a lot of groups and thought bubbles like you've brought in before, like groups sharing the same information, that kind of thing. It can have effects on how people vote, even if they're seeing enough information blasted all over their Facebook feed about this particular politician being bad. They're going, okay,
mainstream media.
Yeah, it's awful almost all the way around, and there's no fixing it. It's stupid.
I'm I'm waiting for okay, so I was a smoker for from 19 till about 27. So maybe 8 years. During that time, when I finally quit, it took about 3 months before I was in a position where I didn't feel that connection to smoking and want another smoke. You still feel it every day. So I'm wondering if by the time this 3 months kicks over, I won't feel that need to jump on Facebook, or I'm gonna remove it. Like, I still have it on my computer, and I do that for the Dad vs. Dad uploads and stuff. But I'm not gonna use Facebook.
You can get nanny apps and stuff that will block you out for certain hours of the day, or only allow you to use it for an amount of time.
No, it's not enough. I need to see it gone. You know, some people have that. Like, for me, when I was quitting smoking, I had a pack of rollies in the house to know that I could do it if I wanted to, but it's that willpower control.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to spend there for hours scrolling on a page that doesn't matter. So that to me was my thing.
Okay.
Anyway, I've definitely gone on for far too long.
Yeah, that was another very long one. This could be another long episode. So I'll just bust out this nice quick one. Dog knot trainers.
What?
My mountain is dog knot trainers.
Of course it is. What?
Dog knot trainers.
No, I heard you. Please explain.
People who do not train their dogs properly.
That's good. Thank you.
Yes. Because
you know what's great?
they are awful.
Because I told you.
Dogs are like... They seem to think like
Tell me.
it's just this free spirit animal. They can do what they want. And they end up shrieking at the dog all the time. You see it all the time at dog parks and everywhere. Just people who just... They can't
Scream.
just tell their dog to do a thing. They have to shriek at it. That's the only way to get it to react the way they want it to. Like, a well-trained dog should be able to, in even the most tense situations, you just say, in calmly, sit. And it just sits. It's like, okay, I won't go and chase the fire truck or whatever other exciting thing is done. It's properly trained. You don't have to deal with any nonsense like that. You just, it's never going to jump on people. It doesn't speak or bark when you don't want it to. It just does whatever you want to, whenever you want it to.
Yeah, I do find that. I'm starting to come around. I kind of really want a dog. Hey,
yeah,
like
me too.
I want a good dog. I was actually considering
all dogs can be good
Heeler.
dogs if you train them properly.
Yes,
Go
but
to
there's
YouTube, look up Zach George. He'll teach you how to train a dog properly. He's amazing.
Look up Zach George. I'm gonna just
Don't
type
do it
him
right
in.
now, ADD.
Like-
You should have taken your meds.
Oh yeah. If you
he's
type
amazing.
in Zach George, it'll come up with dog training immediately. Unless my thing's listening to me and then
Yeah, probably
we've
also
got
that. But yeah,
problems.
he's amazing. If you don't know how to train a dog, just watch a couple episodes. He can have your dog doing whatever. Anything you want.
okay.
Teach your dog to get you a beer if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Mum was really good with training Zara. She was like the best dog ever.
Okay. She was okay trained. Not super well trained, but not bad. Actually, no, she was pretty good.
She was the best dog in the world. Best dog.
She was that.
She was. I remember, can't teach an old dog new tricks. This dog was 8 years old, learnt to go pick up the paper and bring it inside to give it to Mum.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No dog does that. And she used to walk around with a dinner bowl.
It is really not hard to teach dogs that well. And
No, not really.
you can really... it makes me so mad seeing poorly trained dogs. I'm like, it's not hard, and you are having the most stressful time worrying about this dog. You're turning yourself into a warrior because your dog's jumping on that other person, and the other person looks like it's about to kick it. Like,
You know what? I think it comes down to self-awareness as well, though. Because, every time the kids start to rage at the cat, like the cat goes and chases them. Cat's actually an asshole. I really love him, though. I'm the only one he gets along with. He doesn't attack me. He's very sweet to me. But everyone else he attacks. And I think it comes down to self-awareness because they don't recognize that that cat has no idea when you're screaming at it, why you're screaming at it,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
if the cat's doing something naughty, I'll go, come on, bud, not good. And I'll talk to him and I'll communicate. Animals love to chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. That's like, yeah. And a well-trained dog, you could just do a nice, calm, no, stop it, or whatever. Just don't raise your voice at all. Just a cool, don't do that, mate. Okay.
But also,
Yes, Dad.
the dogs that I watched the dog training stuff, not like dog training stuff, but like the competitions where they make them do hoops and stuff. And the way that they actually train them is high, squeaky voices. Dogs love it.
Yeah.
Love it. They're like, come on, boy. And when they're doing the wrong thing, do.
Yeah.
Good.
But one thing that Zach George does sometimes, you don't have to do it, but just clicker training. We do need to finish up soon. That's why this was going to be a short one, but we dragged it out. And it's this little thing. It just it's like a kind of.
Yep.
Kind of like a click, but louder. And you just use that instead of saying yes, good boy, or whatever. Click. And oh, good boy. Yes, I did a good thing. I'm the best.
Yeah, dogs are so good. They're so easy.
Amazing. Yeah.
I miss having a dog. But I want a good dog. So I was a dog not trainer, and we had the Malamutes, and
they were not trained. They were very not.
You can't. I loved them.
Yeah.
One of them was the sweetest dog ever. The other one was an actual piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I loved him. I loved him heaps. But you just can't enjoy them.
Yeah. And you can train actual piece of shit dogs to not be actual piece of shit. Like you can actually train them out of that. Like it's hard.
Hope so.
It's a long road, and you can do it kindly. Zach George does what's it called? I can't remember the word. Like peaceful training or something. It's like zero badness training. Like you don't hit him or choke him or anything like that. It's all just friendly.
Does he do
and
videos
that's not even
for
the last
kids?
thing. You choke them.
So
People
kidding.
choke their dogs. That's what they do to train them. Huh?
Very kidding about the kid joke there.
What did you say about the kids?
I said, well, I don't know if I should. I said, does he do videos on kids? Because you said you don't have to hit them and choke them. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was very
you
joking.
Have to hit and choke kids. You can't. Okay.
Let's call it on the kid abuse.
So, anyway, that's all we have time for today. That was a bit of a mess of an episode. I'm not there to wrangle Kevin when his ADHD goes wild. Anyway,
you can cut it.
My mountains today were warriors and dog untrainers, dog not trainers.
And mine was gastro and social media. Yep. And you can vote for them on r/mountain or molehill on Reddit.
Yep.
Or
patreon.com/dad vs dad. And also, we do have a new bonus episode coming out this week, another The Best Things in Life. That'll be coming out on the 11th. So actually a couple of days before you watch this episode.
and I'm not even... Oh, yeah. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's on the Patreon. So that's all for you special.
All of those are on our Patreon. We've got 2 best things in life, I think. And the voting for that's all on the Patreon anyway. Anyway, it's been real, guys.
It has been real. And also, I think on YouTube, you can search us at Dad vs. Dad Podcast now as our handle. I think you can do that now.
Cool.
I'm not sure yet. It's all new to me. Yeah, I might check it out too. All right.
Anyway.
Bye, Hungries.
Bye, Hungries.
I said it. We're dads.